What is going on, guys? Pat Damiano here, coming to you from the garage once again. And today I'm going to be walking you through a very fun full body strength workout using just kettlebells. Before we go any further, are you using kettlebell complexes in your training? Because if you're not, you should be. They are one of the best ways to do fun, time efficient, and effective full body strength and conditioning workouts. And I'm going to make it super easy for you to implement them. Go ahead and click the first link in my description below so you can get your hands on my list of my 20 best and favorite kettlebell complexes sent directly to you for free. You won't regret it. Now, I know this workout's going to be fun because anytime I do one of these workouts or my clients do it or classes or Project Bellplex, everybody always enjoys them. I post them a ton. People are always saying that they do them and they're a ton of fun. And it also answers one of the most common questions I get about kettlebell complexes. And that is, can you do multiple in one day? And you're gonna find out that the answer is yes, all right? So we're doing a double complex day. I'm gonna show you how I structure it and how I go through it. And I'm gonna give you a couple different options to change things up just a little bit if you want to, all right? So that's what we got on the menu for today. I'm going to enjoy this one. If you do this one, I know you're going to enjoy it too. Now, before we get into it though, let's head to the whiteboard and talk about it. All right, so here's what we've got on the menu for today. Like I said, doing two complexes, and we're gonna set it up like this. Our first one is going to be a single arm complex. We are doing 3 swings, right into 3 snatches, right into 3 push press. Immediately switch sides, do the whole thing on the other side. Gonna rest about a minute to a minute and a half and doing 5 total sets of that. So I'm gonna do all 5 sets of this before I move on to the second one. This second one is actually gonna be a 2-handed kettlebell complex, meaning both hands are gonna be on the kettlebell the whole time. And we're doing 10 2-handed cleans. If you don't know what that is, you will find out. Immediately into 5 goblet lunges on each leg. Put the kettlebell down, rest again, about a minute to a minute and a half, and doing 5 sets there. Pretty straightforward. That's the way I'm going to be going about it. Now, there are a couple different things you can do to change this up or just go about it a different way. One of the things you can do is superset these complexes. So you can do this entire complex on both sides, rest a minute to a minute and a half, and then do this complex. That whole thing is gonna be 1 set. You do that 5 times. Another thing that you can do, and I like to do this when I have a class and I have like a full hour, because today I'm gonna be a little tight on time, so about 40 or so minutes. But if you wanted to add just a little bit in, what you can do is superset each one of these complexes with an ab exercise. So do this entire complex on both sides, then maybe you do 15 to 20 sit-ups, then you rest about a minute, minute and a half, do 5 sets of that, make your way into this complex, do the entire thing, and then maybe you superset that with a minute plank or 15 V-ups or whatever it might be. Rest a minute, minute and a half, 5 sets, and that way you are still getting all of these complexes in with just a little bit of extra work in there. So totally up to you how you want to go about it, but I'm gonna make it very straightforward for myself today. 5 sets of this complex, move on to the next one, 5 sets of that, and then that's gonna be a wrap, right? Let's get warmed up and let's jump into it. All right, so I lied on 2 accounts. I actually did decide to superset these. So I've been going from the first complex to the next, to the first, to the second, and so on. And I also decided to do a 6th set. So I moved through this fairly efficiently. It was feeling good. So I'm on my 6th and final set here, starting off with the first complex. So few things to focus on with this first complex. On the swings, I want you to watch my other hand. So as my right hand goes through my legs, my left hand is working too. It's gonna go back and it's gonna swing forward with me. I'm also going to be doing that on the snatches to gain a little momentum. Now on the snatches, obviously focusing on not crushing my wrist. If that is something you really struggle with, then you can do dead snatches where your snatches just start on the ground, pop back up overhead, bring it back down to the floor and so on. And then last thing I'll say with the push press, kind of heavy here, really keeping that elbow in nice and tight, not letting it get out there, right? 3 swings, 3 snatches, 3 push press, right into the other side, finishing off with 88 pounds, 40 kilos for my non-Americans. Here we go. Oh, wow. This push press got a little tough as I got slippery and sweaty. Whew. Okay, I like that complex. That's a new one. No fancy name to that one yet. All right, on to the second one. All right, so roughly 45-ish seconds rest between the first complex and the second one. And then as I did my sets, I rest about a minute and a half after doing this one before going back to the first one. So just to give you an idea, like I was saying before. Two-handed cleans, if you don't know, it's like a deadlift high pull, but you just catch it. It's as if the kettlebell's on the ground and you're gonna bring it into a goblet position. So we're doing 10 of those, very straightforward, and then 10 lunges total, 5 on each leg. You can step forward or back with those lunges. It's totally up to you. Last set here, 106 pounds, 48 kilos for my non-Americans. Here we go. Oh man, that one really doesn't look like much on paper, but it is tough if you have the right weight. And this goes for both of these complexes. If you don't have weights that are heavy enough to challenge you with these reps, you're more than welcome to increase the reps. Maybe here on this complex, you gotta do 15 cleans and 8 lunges on each leg. And on the first complex, maybe you gotta do 4 of every exercise, 5, whatever. Adjust it how you need to make sure it's difficult. Difficult, can't talk. Whew, that was tough. Just like that, guys, that is a wrap. That was a tough one, but it was a fun one. Like I said, double complex days are always a fan favorite. I love them, everybody else loves them. You will love them if you do them. If you need some ideas on what to do for your double kettlebell complex days, then go ahead and click the first link in my description below so you can get your hands on my full list of my 20 best and favorite kettlebell complexes. You can mix and match them however you want. There should be some information in that link for you to add those complexes into your mix or how to do so. All right, so thank you guys for sticking around. If you like this type of content, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.